Good evening, everyone. It is 6 p.m. I will call the Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 meeting of the Town of Grand Chute Plan Commission to order. May I have roll call, please?
Chair Brad Gehring,
Here.
Commissioner Bantis,
Here.
Commissioner Crosby,
Here.
Commissioner Weber,
Here.
Commissioner Ulrich,
Here.
Commissioner Torrance,
Present.
Commissioner Clausen,
Here.
and we have Commissioner Showalter excused tonight.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a motion on this evening's agenda?
So moved. Ulrich.
Weber, second. A motion by Commissioner Ulrich, seconded by Commissioner Weber to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approval of the minutes from the January 6th meeting, please.
Torrance move.
Crosby second.
So I have a motion by Commissioner Torrance, seconded by Commissioner Crosby to approve the minutes from the January 6th meeting. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Public input pertaining to agenda items. Agenda item number 6.
Excuse me,
Public
Chair.
hearing number 1, special exception permit.
Chair, sorry to interrupt. There's two separate items there. So there's public input pertaining to agenda items, and then there's a public hearing.
I'm sorry, do we have public input?
We don't sign up here, so if there's anyone that wishes to speak from the public, I guess
sorry.
now's their chance.
I'm sorry. Clear that up. Thank you. Please give us your name and address, please.
Yeah, you bet. My name is Christine Journalista. I'm a resident of Neenah at 769 Yorkshire. I'm here actually as a representative of the Fox Cities Housing Alliance, and I was a member of the Technical Assistance Committee that worked on the housing study. And I just wanted to thank the town board and the staff for investing in the housing study, as well as the work that's underway to update the zoning code. The housing study provides the kind of data and strategies that the town and our greater region need to address the housing mismatch that we have. The Fox Cities Housing Alliance, which includes members of the town of Grand Chute, is an initiative to unite community leaders across the Fox Cities to create more attainable housing. And we're focused on increasing housing production of all types, and in particular, homeownership opportunities for moderate income households. And so the Fox Cities Housing Alliance is very much in support of the study that you guys have done, and are looking forward to seeing what comes of that. Currently, as you guys have read in the study, there are huge bottlenecks in housing production, and reforming zoning and looking at housing and strategies in different ways will go a long way. One fact that I think a lot of people don't really think about in terms of the housing shortage is just the need for more variety types of housing. And right now, across the Fox Cities, around 2/3 of our households are either single adults or 2 adult households without any children. So I think that really should inform how we think about the types of housing we're creating in our communities. So, and that is reflected in this report. So thank you for your time and for your investment in this work. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anyone here else for public input? All right, thank you. Agenda item number 6, public hearing number 1, special exception permit 01-2026, requested by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers, Inc., 3777 West Wisconsin Avenue, for operation of an automobile repair business. Action before us is to hear any testimony. Is there anyone here to speak on this matter? Is there anyone here to speak on public hearing number 1? There's no one here. What are the, anybody online? No? What are the wishes of the commission?
Torrance move to close public hearing number 1.
Ulrich, second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Torrance, seconded by Commissioner Ulrich to close public hearing number 1. Any discussion on that motion? All those in favor of closing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 7, special exception permit 01-2026, requested by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers, Inc., 3777 West Wisconsin Avenue, for operation of an automobile repair business. Action before us is for approval or denial. Mr. Russell.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. So the applicant's proposing an automotive use business at an existing commercial site that was previously auto repair. The interior renovations are going to be made to accommodate the new business, but everything's pretty minor, seeing how it's auto repair for the last use. Building exterior is not going to be changed or altered, and the access off of Wheeler Drive, which is just south, isn't going to be altered either. All findings of fact and granting of a special exception are found. And let me know if you have any questions, but staff has reviewed and supports Plan Commission recommendation for approval of SE 01-2026.
Thank you. Any questions of Mr. Russell from the commission? What are your wishes?
Crosby move to approve.
Weber, second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Crosby, seconded by Commissioner Weber to approve SE 01-2026. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 8, the Grand Chute Housing Study. Consideration of the final draft of the Grand Chute Housing Study. Action before us is for approval or denial. Mr. Patsa.
Thank you, Chair. So just a couple of points I'd like to highlight, as I know the commissioners have been involved and kind of updated in this process along the way. So this housing study is something that we worked with RDG, Planning and Design, throughout 2025. If you remember back in December, that group came and did a presentation to the town board, and I think I invited all planning commissioners to attend if they so choose, or so desired. So we did that, and I just wanted to highlight also, I shared a summary of all of our public participation that we had, so I just wanted to highlight that there was a high level of effort put into trying to gather and solicit input from a number of stakeholders, including members, obviously, of the public throughout this process. As was mentioned by Christine, and I appreciate Christine coming and speaking in support of this effort. And I do want to also publicly thank all the members of the technical committee that dedicated their time and effort into this process. They are kind of called out or thanked as well in the beginning parts of the document itself. But as Christine mentioned, we are going through the zoning code update process as well. So there's a number of different strategies and initiatives that we can somewhat insert into that zoning code update process that'll ideally and hopefully make it easier, more affordable, and produce more of a better and more product for housing in our community. So those are things that Tanner and I are working on currently. I guess the last thing I would like to highlight is Administrator Peterson was gracious enough to do a thorough proofread of our document, so I kind of have a list of things in there. They're relatively minor, nothing substantive that would change the document substantially. But I have a running list of those and some other comments, and at times they're just rewordings or there's a typo here or there. So there's some minor tweaks that we're going to do to the document yet before it goes to town board for final approval. But I would be happy to take any input from this group and incorporate those changes into the process before we bring the document forward to the board. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions or have further discussions if there's certain sections or aspects of the plan that the commissioners would like to discuss. But with that, staff does support a plan commission recommendation of approval for the Grand Chute Housing Study. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission?
I'll make a comment if I could.
Mr. Bantus?
So, really think that we did a really good job with this as a town. I think, Mike, under your leadership, this is a quality product that has come out of this. You know, I've been a big, huge proponent of a housing study for many years, and I'm just really super happy to see this come to fruition. I think the information in here is high quality, reliable, data-driven, and you can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah.
There are some parts that I would even say I little bit disagree with, but you know what? That's why you get these studies. You get educated, right? You get educated on different things. I really like the 5 goals that are listed. I think those are very strategic, goal-oriented to move the town forward in a very positive direction. And you know, the town's been dealing with so much, you know, controversy the past few years on how to do what and how to move forward and when to do this. This is an excellent map for the town to use in guiding our goals to make our town better. And again, there's some things we don't have any control over, right? I fully understand that, right? The cost of construction, all that kind of stuff. But we know in the town that we could do better, and I think we will do better because of this study with the leadership that coming out of the community development department. The entire community development department, I think, has done a wonderful job. So I just wanted to point that out, that, you know, sometimes you pay for these studies and you want to say, oh, well, it's okay. And I would just tell you that this is way above okay. This is good. And this is something that politicians can use in a positive light to help move our town forward. The citizens can use it. The construction community can use it. It doesn't leave anybody out. So I just wanted to make that statement. So thank you.
I totally agree with Tim. I was blown away. I read it and I sat down and read the whole thing and went, whoa, there's a lot in here, and it's good. It's well researched. So thank you very much. Anybody who had anything to do with it, thank you.
Very good.
I appreciate those comments. Just would like to highlight, I think one of my favorite parts about the document is that there's stuff that we can do and try to implement short term, but there's some things that are just going to take a little bit longer, right? So I think there's steps along the way that we can work towards these goals and strategies. I appreciate the comments from both commissioners and to Commissioner's Bantis' comment. Appreciate the support from the town board and the funding for the study. I'm not being modest in any way. If Tanner and I would have worked on this ourselves, we certainly could have got something done. It wouldn't have been this high quality. I'm just being honest, not modest.
Very good.
Thank you. I need a motion to accept.
Bantis makes a motion to accept.
And Clausen will
Ulrich, second.
second.
So I have a motion by Commissioner Bantis, seconded by Commissioner Ulrich to accept. Any
Clausen.
discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
You got it.
Motion passes. Agenda item number 9, adjournment.
Crosby, move to adjourn.
Weber, second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Crosby, seconded by Commissioner Weber to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, February 3rd at 6:30 PM. I'd like to call the Sanitary Commission of Grand Chute meeting to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Haling.
Here.
Bantis.
Here.
Blair.
Here.
Caring.
Here.
And English.
Here. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Can I get an approval of the agenda and order of the day?
Gearing moves approval of the agenda in order of the day.
There, seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Is there any public input?
There's
on
none.
this? No public input. And we're up to item E, consent agenda. Can I get approval?
Haley moves approval of the consent agenda.
There, seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I need to abstain, Chair. I wasn't here for the meeting.
Oh, I apologize. Thank you. And I'll have to abstain from the minutes, approving the minutes as well, because I was not here. Oh, yes, I was. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. The consent agenda is approved. How about financial reports?
Bantis makes a motion to approve paid vouchers for February 3rd, 2026.
Haley seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? That motion carries. Item G, new business, 2026 hydrant painting project. Would you like to speak to this item, Director Jolma?
Yeah, this is just routine annual hydrant painting, 392 fire hydrants this year. And it also includes acoustical leak detection on each hydrant that is being painted. It came in under budget with the low bidder.
Is there a motion?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Might be stepping out of my lane here a little bit from my past, but are we painting the caps, the flow level? You know, the different flow levels? as
That's
part
how
of-
the bid specifications.
So we are doing that?
Correct.
In there, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate
I
it.
looked for that too. Haley moves to approve.
Bantis seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 2 under new business is sanitary Phase 1 upgrades, design, bid, construction, staking, RFP award. Director Jolma?
All right, thank you. So as part of the approved 2026 to 2030 capital improvement plan, it included this project for the sanitary Phase 1 upgrades. This is largely located along Prospect Avenue towards our eastern municipal limits for the first project. And then we had a second project that worked its way west on Prospect Avenue and up Castelloma Drive. We did bid out 2 years' worth of design projects for this one bid because we felt it would be beneficial to get kind of the same contract, same consultant to do the work since it was in close proximity to each other. So we bid out the full work over a couple of years as laid out in the RFP. And we came in with really good pricing, well under budget. And then I can just answer any of the questions if you have any.
So is this amount we're approving tonight for Phase 1 and Phase 2?
Yeah, it's for both years of design and bidding.
Any other questions?
Haley moves approval.
Blair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're up to item H, adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned. And now I'd like to call the Grand Chute Town Board meeting to order. We've already done roll call. Can I get an approval of the agenda and order of the day?
Gearing moves approval of the agenda, order of the day.
Blair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're up to promotional ceremony. Chief Maas?
Good evening, everyone. It's said that public safety is a silent success. When our streets are quiet, the kids are playing, and our neighborhoods are safe, it's often because of the dedicated work of our men and women in law enforcement. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on that silent success to honor 8 exceptional individuals. These officers haven't just met the high standards we set for our department. They have reached further, worked longer, and committed themselves to the path of continuous growth through our career development program. To the 8 officers that are with us tonight, we know that your new rank and advancement weren't simply handed to you. They're earned in the quiet hours between responding to calls from service from our stakeholders. Each of you took on extra duties that stretched your skill sets, planned special assignments that directly impacted the community, and chose to lead when you could have simply followed. The department's career development program is designed to reward those who refuse to settle for good enough. By advancing tonight, you aren't just gaining a new title or an increase in compensation. You're signaling to this community that you are deeply invested in its future. Public safety isn't just about responding to calls, it's about contribution. It's about the officer who develops a new community outreach initiative, the one who masters a complex investigative technique, or the one who mentors less experienced officers to ensure the next generation is even stronger than the last. Your growth directly translates to a safer, more resilient town of Grand Chute. When you invest in yourselves, our entire community reaps the rewards. Please allow me an opportunity to introduce officers advancing in rank this evening. Logan Pupor is moving to senior sergeant. He worked as a field training officer, mentoring new officers, serves on our department honor guard, our alcohol license education and enforcement team, our drug task force. He works as a hotel motel program liaison. He's a state certified firearms instructor, a drone pilot, and he does surveys for our crime prevention through environmental design program. Josh Kozlowski, who is ill tonight, is advancing to sergeant. Josh is a state-certified standardized field sobriety testing instructor, a state-certified scenario instructor, a drone pilot, drug task force team member, field training officer, specializes in operating while impaired enforcement, serves on the department's honor guard, and also participates in advanced roadside impaired driving enforcement. Leah Johnson is also not able to be here with us tonight, but she's advancing to the rank of sergeant. She works on our sexual assault response team. She's our victim crisis response team liaison, works with alcohol license education and enforcement team, contributes to our human trafficking recovery team, serves as an evidence technician, works as a hotel motel program liaison, serves on our peer support team, our crisis intervention team, our mentoring program, and our domestic violence intervention team. Tyler Andrews is advancing to the rank of corporal. Tyler is perhaps our most enthusiastic drone pilot. He works as our hotel motel program liaison, serves on our drug task force, volunteers himself as a canine training decoy, and serves in our department's mentoring program. Ben Watson is advancing to the rank of corporal. He serves as a field training officer for our younger officers, an evidence technician, serves a key role in our mentoring program, participates on our drug task force. He is the wizard behind the scenes in the Excel spreadsheets as a department data analyst, serves on the wellness committee, awards committee. He's also a drone pilot, state certified scenario instructor, and professional communications instructor. Ariana Clemens is not able to be here with us tonight either. She's advancing to the rank of corporal and serves on our department's honor guard, serves as an evidence technician, serves on the department's drug task force, crisis intervention team. She serves as a drone pilot and also works with our sex offender compliance program. Charity Voskuil is advancing to the rank of corporal. She's a crisis intervention team member, a hotel motel program liaison, works on our alcohol license enforcement and education team, works on our abatement team, serves as an evidence technician, works on advanced roadside impaired driving enforcement, and administers our physical readiness test for officers or for recruits desiring to be officers. And I saved one individual for last, hoping that he would join us, but he is called away on a call for service. He just left before this started. And that is Caleb Menke, who's advancing to the rank of senior sergeant. He serves as a department field training officer, sex offender compliance team member, serves on our drug task force, sexual assault response team, serves as a taser instructor, a DAT instructor, a peer mentor, serves on the Outagamie County Emergency Response Team, and is a key component of our health coaching and wellness program. To each of you advancing tonight, thank you for your hard work, your dedication to our mission, and relentless pursuit of excellence. You represent the very best of this department, and I'm incredibly proud to have you serving our community. And to the families here tonight, thank you for supporting these officers. I know that behind every badge is a support system that makes this level of dedication possible. Please join me in a round of applause for these 8 officers as they officially promote to their new ranks within the Career Development Program.
Do you need a button? I do. I do. Oh, okay. Thank you all. A little prerogative of the chair next. I'm going to ask Ashley LeCount to please come forward.
Thank you. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ashley LeCount. I'm the Deputy Director of Human Resources, and tonight I just wanted to bring to light that it's our HR Director, Sue Brinkman's last week at work and last board meeting. And I want to take the opportunity to celebrate and say farewell to Sue as she embarks on her well-deserved retirement journey. Sue has been a dedicated HR professional with over 25 years of experience, and for the past 5+ years, the town has been fortunate to benefit from her expertise, leadership, and unwavering support. Her contributions have shaped our organization in countless ways. Although I've personally known Sue for only about 3 years, I've quickly come to admire her integrity, professionalism, and trustworthiness. Sue is the person you can go to for anything, always approachable and always willing to listen. She tackles challenges with an open mind and ensures every perspective is heard. Sue's strategic leadership has kept the town competitive through innovative policy and program development, talent recruitment, and retention. She champions data-driven decision-making, negotiations, and change management. Her collaborative spirit and ability to build strong networks have served both her and the town exceptionally well. Sue has truly been a model HR professional and an inspiring leader. I'm thankful for the time I've had to work alongside her and learn from her expertise. Congratulations, Sue, on your retirement. May you enjoy every moment traveling the world and spending time with your family. You've earned it.
I'd like to add that the town greatly appreciates your time serving our staff and the community of Grand Chute, and best wishes for a good retirement. Thank you, Sue. Is there any public input?
There's none.
Then we're up to item E, consent agenda.
Gearing moves approval of the minutes from January 20th and the licensing permits.
There seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I need to abstain, Madam Chair,
Okay,
from the minutes.
all right. Is there a motion to, approve the minutes?
He can still make the motion.
Oh, okay. Next, we're up to financial reports.
Did you want to call for the vote on that?
Say it again.
Did you want to call for the vote on that?
Oh, I thought I did. Okay. I think I lost track of where we were on this because I didn't hear Gehring approve the minutes, but, all right, next. So the motion on the floor, are there any dissensions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're up to financial reports.
Bantus makes a motion to approve paid vouchers for February 3rd, 2026.
Ailing seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Unfinished business, consideration of town attorney's proposed draft decision based on direction provided by the town board on appeal of decision of impartial hearing officer on the matter of the John J. Urban Jr. grievance. You want to go ahead?
Certainly, thank you. As the board is aware, initial deliberations on this matter occurred on January 6, 2026. board made preliminary, albeit informal findings and directed me to reduce its decision to writing, which I have done, and I've included that proposed decision in the packet. This matter was scheduled for both deliberation and a decision, just so the board could, if it wanted to, or if it found it necessary to make additional changes to the decision. With that, I will open the floor up to any questions from the board, if the board has any. Otherwise, of course, any member of the board could make a motion and a vote would occur. That ought to be by roll call vote, of course, because we want to record who voted in favor. And then we will need to, if the motion, or I should say the proposed decision is approved, then we'll need to circulate the proposal for signatures.
And a motion would be,
A motion to approve the proposed decision as included in the board's packet.
Are there any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve the decision as proposed and included in the packet.
Lair seconds.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I'll do a roll call vote on that.
Yes. Roll call.
Supervisor Bantus, are you abstaining?
Yes.
Okay. Haling,
Aye.
Lair,
Aye.
Gehring,
Aye.
English.
Aye. And that will be done after the,
I can circulate the decision for signatures after the meeting.
okay. Thank you. Item H, new business. Plan Commission recommendations. Special exception permit SE 012026 requested by Dobbs Tire and Auto Center Incorporated at 3777 West Wisconsin Avenue for operation of an automobile repair business.
Thank you, Chair. Just an update from the Plan Commission meeting earlier. The Plan Commission does recommend approval. Be happy to answer any questions.
Gearing moves approval of SE 01-2026.
Bantus seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're up to item number 2, purchase of the GNSS rover and controller from Seiler Geospatial for $40,146.30. Are there any
I
comments
can
from
provide some
Director
context
Joma?
to it as well. So we currently have an R2 Trimble unit, so we use that for field data collection, utility collection, checking grades, topographic survey, construction staking, things of that nature. Right now, that Trimble R2 unit is a fairly older model. It's no longer being supported by the manufacturer and it's being phased out. So this is to replace that model with a like model of the other unit that we currently have. It did come in just a little bit under budget, and we use our authorized Trimble vendor that uses a WISDOT contract pricing.
Are there any questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval.
Bantus seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're up to consideration of discontinuing public video conferencing and virtual public comment for town meetings. Clerk Ratz, do you want to comment on that?
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair. So this evening, staff are asking the board to consider eliminating the WebEx component of town meetings. As the board will recall, last year, the boardroom underwent an extensive upgrade with the installation of cameras to enhance the public access. Following that project, the town began live streaming meetings on the town's YouTube channel. This live streaming provides both video and audio in real time and allows the public to view recordings after the meetings conclude. While this has been a positive addition, it duplicates the functionality currently offered through the WebEx, which is the video conferencing. which allows the public to listen to the meetings live and access recordings afterwards. It is also important to note that the WebEx provides only audio and does not offer video capabilities. Additionally, while WebEx enables virtual public comment, as noted in my staff report, that option has seen very limited use over the last 3 years. By eliminating this duplication, staff proposes to focus on our existing live streaming process, which will be further enhanced later this year with the implementation of Granicus. Granicus will integrate directly into the town's website and synchronize agendas with audio and video, further improving the public access to meetings. The town will continue to accommodate consultants and vendors who need to attend or present remotely, as well as town board members who, under certain circumstances, may need to participate remotely. In-person comment would remain the same. If the board authorizes the elimination of the WebEx component this evening, including the virtual public comment, I would bring forward an ordinance amendment to a future meeting to align the current practice with the town code. Happy to answer any questions.
Are there some questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Motion, Haley moves to approve discontinuing public video conferencing and virtual public comment for town meetings while maintaining live streaming and in-person public comment, and direct staff to bring forward a conforming ordinance amendment.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Now we're up to consideration of employee policy handbook updates. Director Brinkman.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Madam Chair. Several different topics to consider. One is conflict of interest, and the first part of it is that a town employee could not receive financial gain for themselves or their families by way of their position. The second part is that employees would only be permitted to have one position at the town at any given time. I don't know, do you want me to pause and answer any questions before I go on to the next session?
We can do it that way, certainly. Are there any questions about that one particular update? If not, go ahead.
The next one has to do with nepotism, not allowing individuals to work within the same department as an immediate family member. We currently do have one situation where that is happening, and I would ask that that situation be grandfathered. In the past, specifically like with seasonals, what we try to do is keep them out of the same department as their parent, and that has been working. Any other questions on that?
So we have that situation. Is it causing a problem?
So there's also some concerns about potential full-time employees working within the same department, which could create an issue.
Yeah, I know that you could say that about a lot of things, could create issues. I would tell you that I think this is going a little too far in my book. That's the way I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it. Work in the same department as current immediate family member. You know, if towns across this country had that for their rules, fire departments would be impacted 20% because there are a lot of family oriented, you know, brothers, sisters, they all get into the game. And I don't mean that in a light manner. I mean, it's hard enough to get employees. I know what both chiefs deal with in recruiting people. And, you know, there's an old adage about cut your nose off to spite yourself. And I think we're with that policy, I think we're backing ourselves into a corner that we don't need to do it. I've been around this town for 20 plus years. I've never seen it be a problem. And I just feel that, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think this is one of those policies that You know, we already had it in there about the supervisory, a subordinate relationship. That's always been there, and I think that's appropriate. But I think having it at the same time, you know, where you have bulletproof 3, if a family member applies for a role within the same department as a current employee, the application will not be considered for a specific department. You know, I would even tell you that that could possibly get us in legal trouble. If you did it from a male-female component and you're saying, hey, we're not gonna take his or her application, what's saying that they couldn't file something about discrimination with that? And the way you get around that maybe is by having this policy, but, you know, sometimes they say about the apple not falling too far from the tree. We have a lot of really good employees in this town. And if they have you know, if they have a son or daughter or brother or sister and they're the same high quality employee, why would we take them out of the picture because of what ifs? We haven't had a what if in 20 plus years that I've been here. And so I think I would just tell the rest of the board, I think this is going a little too far. We don't need to do this. But I wanted to get it off my chest because I just think this is one of those things that, yeah, I don't feel we need to do that. So I'm just gonna let you know that I'm not gonna support this part of this component. I think that should be stricken from this policy update. That being said, I have some other questions that I'll wait at the end to ask because I think it's in general about this whole scope of how this is handled, but I'll wait till the end to talk about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Some more questions or comments on item two?
Chair, I have a follow-up to that. I would agree with Supervisor Bantus on the language in this section, but my question is for staff then. If we struck item number 1 and then under C3 and 4, if we struck that, does that create are there any other changes to clauses that would need to be addressed?
No.
All right, thank you. I would agree with Supervisor Bantus with his observations on that. At the county, we had departments that had brother, sister, husband, and wife that worked in the same division. It wasn't until one of them became a supervisor that we had an issue to deal with it. So.
Any other comments on that one? Then let's move ahead to 412.
So this is broadening the scope, adding tools and equipment, and we have had complaints from employees. Nobody wants to be a tattle, but there have been complaints from employees regarding inappropriate behavior of other employees, and absent a policy, it's challenging to enforce.
Questions, comments? Item 414.
I guess I
Go
have a
ahead.
question. I'm not trying to defend any, I fully understand why this is here, but I'm also going to go by, and I know things have changed a lot in the last 5 years. I understand that. But when I look at vehicles, and it says town-owned and leased vehicles, you know, we ask a lot of our department directors to do things and miss family events and miss family things in the town or whatever. And they might be on call, or there might be a situation they need to be, you know, be able to use that vehicle so they can go to their respective issue, whatever it is. And I might be cutting this off, but I'm not really sure. Maybe that could be a little fine-tuned a little better and have a little more broadening of that, because I just think, again, we don't need to back our employees, especially our department directors, who are using town-owned vehicles, going to certain things, and you know, I think we could be asking for trouble and by saying this, and then we have to deal with it. I just feel that You know, why do we have to ask for trouble when it isn't? I fully understand the other stuff. I get it. I know that some of this other stuff, you know, but I think we should be careful on how much we go with that. So that's just a comment, Chairwoman, just so you know. That's where I stand on that. Thank you.
Any other comments, please?
Well, I'm curious then, for the supervisor, vehicles, town-owned or leased vehicles, do you have, are you looking for some, you know, with approval of the department head, or how would you address that concern?
Is there right now a sign-out policy if a employee wants to use a town-owned vehicle for transportation to a meeting that they're going to?
So that would be for town business.
Mm-hmm. So what are we looking to have clarified on that one?
I'll just come out and Chief, you didn't ask me to say this, this is just me. So let's say one of the chief's officers is taking a squad and gonna go to their, because they're on call for whatever reason, or, you know, he knows that, you know, assets are thin due to staffing or whatever, and let's say one of the chief officers wants to go to a school function, so he takes that chief's vehicle, and even though he's not technically on call, but he or she knows that there are things going on in the town, does that prevent that from occurring?
Good question.
Okay, thank you. That's why I think some more for clarification would be nice.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
hope you don't mind if I put Chief Moss on the spot, but I know that the police department policy addresses limited use of town-owned vehicles, and maybe you could speak to that, Chief?
It does. Currently, the police department policy allows for limited personal use of one-to-one assigned vehicles for our detectives primarily and supervisors that have those vehicles with the notion that if they are prepared for duty, they're fully equipped, they have their firearm and identification and extra magazines and handcuffs and that type of thing, and they want to make a stop at Quick Trip on the way home or at the grocery store on the way home, we allow that. We currently appreciate the fact that those officers are prepared for duty. They're able to take immediate action when they're in our community. They're not compensated for that time. It's kind of, to some extent, giving them some latitude, you know, that because we're giving them a vehicle, allowing them to use a vehicle to respond to at a moment's notice for our purposes, and having more police officers available to us in the community at any given time is advantageous. We do allow that personal type use in kind of a minimal fashion, but within tight constraints. So they have to be prepared for duty. They can't just take the vehicle and go to their, you know, child's swim meet and not be within the town or not be prepared to immediately step into a duty role. So we have that provision currently, and it is used with some frequency. More often, you know, stopping on the way into work or on the way home to grab something or that type of scenario.
Yeah, I fully, again, Chairwoman, I just want to recognize, and I guess I'll just come out and ask you, and I'm not trying to point anybody in the corners, but did you guys have some feedback on this changes? Did you guys do some department meetings on it or anything? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble or corner anybody. I'm just saying, because some of this to me would have been, hey, we need to ask a few questions. It's not a reflection of the policy change by Mrs. Brinkman. It's just simply, it has far-reaching impacts, right? So now with this, you have a department policy, if you will, that's maybe in a gray area with a townwide policy. So was there discussions held on that or no? I'm just for my point.
I should have reached out to Director Brinkman and had a conversation with her.
Well, I'm not, again, I'm not trying to corner
Yeah,
you.
no, I
It's-
appreciate
I'm- This goes for all the department directors, if you will, or even that, all the town employees. Were there some townwide sessions held?
It was shared with the department heads. That's typically what we do.
Yeah. Never, but you didn't share with the town employees on a whole?
No, we just received complaints from town employees. That's why the policy was put together.
Okay. What about the union officers? Were they provided any opportunity for feedback?
No, typically the union contracts supersede what we would have in the employee policy handbook.
That's true, but obviously I would think they would pick some of this up, maybe a conflict, but maybe not. I'm just asking if there was some feedback given on that. So thank you very much.
Since we're asking this question, I'm just curious, what is if policies conflict, if there's a department with the two safety departments having a different policy, having policy that's slightly different than what the town as a whole policy is, how is that dealt with as far as?
Typically, we would talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, if I may, I would feel compelled to get our policy in line with the town's policy. That would be my feeling on it.
So to my earlier point, after vehicles, can it be unless approved by department heads? Or do we ask each department to create their own policy? Or does this address that?
Well, I don't think it addresses it because you do have conflicting policies.
So the town administrator does have the authority to grant exceptions.
Yeah, but those exceptions could be every day under certain situations. I mean, I'm not saying they are every day, but they could be quite frequent, and I'm just thinking that's micromanaging. That's my opinion, so.
So how would you tackle this? Because I don't see the language in about unless it's written someplace else about the administrator granting approval.
It's overall with the employee policy handbook.
And I would just ask, why couldn't a department head make that call?
That can be added.
Does that address your concerns, Supervisor Bantus?
Yeah, again, I was gonna wait to the end, but how much more do we have to go? If you don't mind.
We just have one more policy.
Supervisor Gary, if you don't, I'll address that at the end, if that's okay?
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Why don't you address the last one then, Sue?
There's actually two more. So the
two more.
the technology use policy, that was as a result of one of the, help me Dave, was it CGIS? To be compliant, everyone needs to turn off their computer at the end of the day or shut down their computer at the end of the day. And then the last one is, it's kind of legacy language where the clerk set the calendar and it's functionally HR and finance would set the calendar for payroll.
Supervisor Bantus, do you want to take a crack now?
Yeah, I would. I just obviously, you can, from my comments, it's not that the policies shouldn't be updated. They absolutely should be updated. That's how you keep things running smooth. But I guess I'm gonna do this in twofold. I'm gonna make a motion that we stricken the changes to the nepotism policy 1, C2 and 3. I'd like to see that stricken totally. And going off my comments earlier, I just would like to see a little bit more of an opportunity for our department directors, our town administrator, and our employees just to have a legitimate kick at the cat saying, oh, you know, or if you want employees to have buy-in, they have to have buy-in. And some stuff is tough to have conversations of. You know, one of the unions might say, we hate this component of it. But then if they're educated to why we're doing it, you have buy-in. And I think it's real important that if you want to move forward with some of this, you need to get some of their buy-in. So I would ask that we table the rest of it until our department directors maybe have a better look at things and our employees have an opportunity to look at this, and then bring it back forward and with maybe some tweaks and changes that could come out of this from you know, our employees, our town administrator, or department directors. So again, twofold. I would ask that make a motion that those parts in the nepotism be stricken, and that the rest of the policies be tabled, at least maybe till the next meeting or the meeting after, when employees and department directors could have another kick at cat on this. So that's my motion, Chairwoman. Kick at the cat comment?
I would second, I'll second Supervisor Bantus's motion. However, I'd like to just get into a little bit more detail on the terms of tabling the rest of it. I think it's important that our employees, not only our department heads, but our employees get a chance to review policy changes. I realize the town board is the authority to actually you know, make these things policies, but I believe our town employees are the ones that have to follow this stuff. I believe that they should have the opportunity to review any policy changes and give us their input, possibly the input through the town administrator. In this case, I was going to suggest, before we got into this nepotism aspect of it, I was going to suggest that we actually table this for 1 month and give the employees, have the town administrator actually send the same document that we're looking at, email it to the town employees, give them 2 weeks to comment, and he would receive those comments either for or against, and then he would provide that information to us and we would act on it at the first meeting in March. I think there's a lot of times when the town does, any municipality does things, passes policy that the employees don't have a chance to look at ahead of time. And I think it would do us well and would give the employees a better feeling if we actually asked for their input when it comes to this stuff.
I heard a second, but then I heard essentially a different motion, a motion to table. So if this is a motion to, there probably never was a second on the first motion.
I seconded, but I changed it. So do you want me to drop the second part and just second the nepotism and then bring up the second motion to separate them?
Supervisor Bantus would have to change his.
Yeah, Supervisor Bantis would either have to change or withdraw his motion.
No. Yeah, let's separate it. I'm good with that. I'll withdraw my motions.
Okay.
And then I'll make a new motion. Number one is to eliminate the changes to the nepotism policy, all fold. That's one motion.
Period.
And Healing will second that.
Okay. So if you want to take a vote on that.
I think we should. All those in favor of removing the nepotism portion of this personnel policy change, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm opposed. The motion still carries. Okay, next motion.
I'll make a motion that we table this for 1 month to allow the town administrator to share this information with employees and provide feedback on such, provide the feedback that he receives from the employee groups and department directors on these proposed changes.
Can I make one recommendation to change that to postpone to the first meeting in March versus tabling for a month?
Oh, is that, sure,
Table.
Okay,
sure.
thank you.
I'll change it, yeah.
Healing will second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you for your work on that. Next, we have purchase of a 2026 Chevy Tahoe replacement staff vehicle. Chief Denzine?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is 2026 Tahoe. It is going to replace one of the staff vehicles. Currently, it's going to replace the one I drive, which is a 2015 Tahoe, which is reached the end of its life. Traditionally, we keep vehicles approximately 10 years, keeps it so that we still get good resale value out of them, and they don't usually escape some major problems. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. Bids came in total for $70,269.69. We did budget in the CIP for $75,000, so it did come in under budget, and that includes all the upfitting, which will be completed by our DPW mechanics.
Any questions, comments?
If I could again,
Yes.
it's not that I'm not going to support this. I am. I just, it's kind of a deal from the agenda component of it. If we've asked department directors to put on there that somewhere in the agenda aspect, if it could say this was a budgeted item for 2025, 2026, right? And I just think sometimes it can prevent some misinformation, if you will. I fully understand that it's in the write-up that department directors do, but sometimes maybe I would say some people don't read it as far as maybe citizens go, and if it's on the agenda, we could probably prevent some issues by saying, you know, hey, this is a budgeted item from so-and-so and so. So it's just a comment, but thank you.
Sure, makes sense. So do we have a motion?
Healing moves approval.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you.
Next, we have TBR 062026, supporting the reauthorization of the state funding.
Madam Chair, you missed the first resolution.
I did. I apologize. My cold is just playing havoc with my head. I apologize. First, we have TBR 052026, disallowing amended claim of CSM OBO USAA ASO John Beck. Is there?
I can make a quick comment on that if it's
Yes,
okay.
please do.
So the board probably is having deja vu because they disallowed this claim at the last meeting. The day that the board disallowed the claim, I received an amended claim for additional damages that they were alleging. So we are now recommending that the board disallow the amended claim with the increased damages.
Is there a motion on the floor?
Healing moves to approve disallowing that claim.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
This claim has been disallowed. Now we're up to TBR 062026, supporting the reauthorization of the state funding for Knowles Nelson Stewardship Program. You want to speak to that?
Thank you, Chair. So as outlined in the staff report, this funding has been used a few times by the town, most notably for the boardwalk projects at Arrowhead Park. So it was used quite a few years ago for the initial installation of that boardwalk, and then more recently, just a few years ago, for a rehab project to replace that a portion of that same boardwalk. So this resolution basically just expresses the town's support for continuing that Knowles Nelson Stewardship Program, as that funding is somewhat in question to continue in the future.
Thank you for bringing that before us. Is there a motion on this item?
Chairwoman, I guess this has been a huge topic statewide. If you watch some of your political news stations, and this is this isn't just a Grand Chute, this is a statewide issue, and is going to have a very, very negative impact on projects throughout the state of Wisconsin if this funding isn't reapproved. And I can't stress enough that this is something that all towns, cities, villages should be on board with and should be doing what we're doing, and hopefully they are. We need to get to these state legislatures and basically, in my opinion, stop playing politics with programs that have made a huge difference in our communities for the last 10 years. So I can't stress enough how we should be backing this and do whatever we can to help move this forward. Even if it means more letters to our state legislators, we need to, this program is huge. It's a great program. It's proven itself out. And for small communities, and I'd say Grand Chute falls into that, a lot of things couldn't be done if we didn't have programs like this. So I'm going to support this overwhelmingly. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to support and approve TBR 06-2026.
Halen seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. And then finally, we're up to item J, adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Yes, please.